Hello, Digidestin, and welcome to the King's Court. Now, okay, this is going to be like a special, I guess you could say almost bonus video for the day. Although, by the time I upload this, it probably will be past midnight, so I get, shoot, it can't, screw it, it counts. Basically though, you see, for the past few days, if you've been, unless you've been, living under a rock, rooming with Patrick from SpongeBob, everyone in the Digimon community has been a buzz lately, about ever since the 11th, with the drop of Hong Zero, for the record, which, if you watch our channel, you should definitely know who Hong Zero is. He's a very well-known content creator who does Digimon content, and him and his team for the past few, man, I don't even know how long, but for a while now, I've been working on a online simulator for the Digimon TCG. And they finally came out with it on the 11th, right before Mother's Day. So I think it was before Mother's Day. So it's been a couple of days now, and if you've seen on our channel social media, and if you've seen on our community tab, me and Sheldon and Michael have actually been messing around with it and playing the simulator. Oh, for the record, the gameplay you see here, I just wanted something to play in the background. This is actually channel friend of the channel slash semi like part-time member of the channel. I don't know. It's a complicated thing. We'll talk that out with him later. This is actually his gameplay that he sent us to show. When we were downloading the simulator itself, he showed us this. So he sent us this footage of him playing, testing it out and all that. And apparently Mia Khalifa, which for the record, it is really sad that I know who that is. I guess she likes Digimon. Shout outs to Mia Khalifa. Anyways, but the main thing is, so this video is going to be basically me talking about, I guess you could say in a way, give like a small mini review of the simulator. Talk about the, talk about just how it works and all that, and overall just basically give big props to Hong Zero and his team, because this simulator is amazing, spoilers, and overall just talk about how I think this is going to really honestly do a lot of good for the community. So that's pretty much the entire intro. If you don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more Digimon content, and let us know in the comments, have you tried this simulator out yourself? Have you downloaded it? And if so, what do you think of it? Also in the comments, I will leave a link, just because we're really appreciative to Hong Zero and his team. I'll leave a link in the description to his Twitter and to the most recent video on how to download the simulator. I'll leave both of those in the comments along with our social media connections. So if you want to check those out too. Now, also really sorry if it sounds like my voice cracks a little bit. I've been under the weather lately again. My God, allergy seasons. And my throat hasn't been the problem. I've just been really congested. So I'm sorry if my voice cracks a little bit throughout this. Sorry about that. So, and for the record, if you're curious about this deck that channel, also call him Channel Receive It, is using, this is his trusted Dobrikmon deck. He focuses on Dobrikmon like I focus on Black or Greymon, and Channel Michael focuses on Machine Dramon. If you want to see the most recent deck profile we did of his most recent build that he got first place with at an Evo Cup held at our locals, I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. So, just like I said at the beginning of the video, about a couple days now, the simulator's been out, and like I said, it was developed by Hong Zero and his team. I don't know how many of them are involved, but to how many of them, they honestly, I'm gonna be real, they deserve like a gold medal. They deserve all the praise. This simulator honestly is amazing. I gotta be real. Also, this isn't a sponsored video or anything like that. Nothing like that in those regards. We're just very appreciative of the simulator, because everyone in the Digimon TCG community has been wanting an online simulator. Like, let's be real. Now, here on the channel, we focus on the three main foundations that the channel was founded on, that we focus on, is Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, and Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh!, we got Master Duel. Let's be real here. Pokemon, Lately, we do more of the Pokemon video games content, and honestly, that's an entire thing on its own. Let's be real here. But Digimon has always been a bit of the black sheep out of all three because one, it's TCG, the modern version of the TCG. One has just not had its own simulator, and hasn't been any word yet from Bandai about if we're ever going to get one. Even though, I mean, Dragon Ball was out for a long time. Masters was, and then Fusion World got the current one because that's the one they're trying to sell to like multiple different markets. Because if I remember right, and if I'm wrong, although I'm pretty sure I'm right, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The Dragon Ball Masters was primarily here in the States, but Dragon Ball Fusion World, this is the first time they're actually trying to sell it to the Japanese market. So that's why when they decided to release Simulator, they decided to completely reboot the whole thing with Fusion World. If I'm correct, that's how it went. But like I said, Digimon hasn't had anything. So for a while now, we've all been clamoring and hoping we get one. And especially when Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel came out with theirs, obviously we were all really hoping eventually we'd get one because Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel has been an amazing tool to not only get newer players interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! But also as a way to get people to try out different decks because, let's be real, card games aren't cheap. A lot of people say certain card games cost more than others, and that is true. But let's be real, nobody wants to spend money on something, and they're not even sure if they're going to end up liking it. I can easily name off multiple people I know in our locals that have built decks that they were convinced they were going to like, and then they just dropped them right away. I'm not going to lie, I've even been guilty of that too. I've done that as well. I tried playing a couple decks before, thought I'd like them, thought maybe, you know what, this could be a fun side thing I could try out. Nope, nothing. Didn't last long. And I ended up already getting all the cards because there was no simulator. So, the fact that now we finally have one, to where any player can download it, because it's pretty simple to download. You can just get the cards, get the card images, download the simulator, and there you go. You can test out the deck online. So, in all honesty, that's just amazing, and one of the most important things that that all of us have wanted. Because again, now we have a way to test out decks before we really commit to wanting to buy them for IRL competition. Another thing I wanted to point out, the game itself. Now, I gotta be real with you. I know there were other Digimon TCG simulators too. I've heard of one called Digi Online, and I've heard some other ones too before, but a lot of those are pretty much just like, I'm not gonna lie, they didn't really get my interest personally. That's just me, because they're mostly just like flash games to where, like, you know, it's like they basically just had the images and like you could set the cards and all that. It's, you know, it just didn't really work for me. But this one, I gotta be honest with you, this reminds me of the old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Dev Pro days. This game, yeah, it's automatic, so that's honestly really good for a lot of players who like are learning a new deck, because sometimes we all forget certain effects when they happen. I'm not gonna lie, there have been times I forget to draw with Koromon, so that's honestly really refreshing. Also, I'm impressed by the layout, because I'm not gonna lie, if you could see it right here through the gameplay here on the screen, there is a lot of effort put into this. Not only can you put your own screen name, but you can also edit to your field to your own image that you want to use. Channel member Cbit is using his own custom artwork for his Yu-Gi-Oh! Mat that he used, because he used to play Chaos Dragons. Which, for the record, the one that I shared on our community tabs, that's my personal one, like my personal account. And in case anyone was wondering, because that's the same image I use in an IRL mat that I have in real life that channel member Cbit designed for me for my birthday last year. It's got my favorite Pokemon of all time is Giratina. It's got my boy Black War Greymon, and if anyone watches our Yu-Gi-Oh! Content as well, I'm a hero player. And it's got my boy Neos, so it's got my favorite thing from all three of the games we love the most to play here on the channel. So That's something really special to me. So I'm really glad I could use that here on the simulator as well. So that's another perk right there. Also, maybe it's just me, but I'm really enjoying the sound effects. And another thing they do, like this is just like a little bit of a personal thing with me. I've played against people who full on forget when they play a Digimon that thing has summoning sickness. You know, they can't swing with it, and you can see right there with Cordramon, the little stars above it. At first, I thought it was just there for comedic effect, but no, that's there to signify they can't attack. That thing got summoning sickness, so that's a real nice touch. I enjoy that a lot, so I really like the little quirks that they put here. And also, they got like the effect right there when they gain power or an effect being activated, they glow. I really like the little tiny extras they put because they did not have to go this hard. This honestly, Simulator has so many bells and whistles that I just would be here all night talking about this. So that's an amazing thing right there. I also love how they were able to perfectly capture just the feel of the game because it really does. One problem that I've had personally with other online Digimon simulators is that they're kind of slow. This one, though, can go so fast sometimes, and it feels just like the real game, real life, because sometimes I don't know about everyone else, but I can, say for myself, sometimes when I'm playing, the game is going by so fast that I don't even remember that I'm not, I'm amazed that I can't even hear myself thinking, but like my hand, and I'm making all the moves subconsciously or something. Like, anyone else ever been through that? Like, you got like the Ultra Instinct activated, and you're just, activating cards based off instinct. Anyone else ever felt like that? I love how they really capture that in this simulator, and it just flows amazingly. So that's another really good point here. And I'm gonna be real. Now, I'm not really like a cynical person, honestly, but I usually can always point out there's something a big issue. I can't find any problems with this. This simulator is honestly great. I can't point out anything wrong. Really can't. This honestly, I feel like is going to be a great way to introduce new players to the game in order to have the Digimon TCG scene grow. I'm really excited for that, and I really love how this will also make it easier because if you're familiar with our channel with our Digimon content, I think I've mentioned this before. I've mentioned this before. Me and Children Michael have real life, real world, like IRL obligations in real life, jobs, etc., personal responsibilities. That's why we actually aren't able to go with our friends to like big events and stuff like that, even though we really, really badly want to. Same reason for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, we can't do that either. We really want to. And I like the idea of being able to compete, but because one of my favorite things about it is being able to play against new people. So I've always been bummed out that it kind of sucks I can't play certain people, or like hell, even if my friends, they're busy and they can't show up to locals, and I'm like, dang, it'd be cool to play them. But this gives us another opportunity. Now we can easily play anyone, whoever we want, and we can easily keep in contact with friends who are unable to go to locals, because I have a friend who's going to be moving soon. He might have already moved by now, and he's going to be moving to a whole new area where there's not really any card shops or anything. So it kind of sucked. We were all thinking, dang, that honestly really sucks, because no matter how old you get, it really does suck when a friend moves away. Obviously he's doing it for work reasons, and I 100% understand. No matter what, at the end of the day, that's got to take priority. But it always stinks seeing a friend move, especially when you've got to know them so well thanks to like a TCG locals. You know what I mean? But luckily, thanks to this will now allow him to be able to still be part of the community at our locals, because that's honestly the best part of the locals. Not just the game itself. The cards are great, don't get me wrong. Who doesn't love getting alternate pretty cards? But I can really honestly say it's the community that you build is the best part, the people you meet. And I know that may sound corny, but it is 100% true. At the end of the day, the best part about these games, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, any card game you play at a locals. Shoot, it doesn't even have to be a card game. If you're into Warhammer, stuff like that. Or if you're into D&D. I see tons of people at our locals playing D&D and Warhammer all the time. Honestly, the best part is honestly the community you build. Oh man, I was talking, and the best part is the community, and I'm really happy that this simulator will allow people to be communities to still be involved, even if they're miles away. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Honestly, this simulator, 100% recommend, 10 out of 10. And like I said, I'll leave a description. I'll leave a link to the most recent video Hong Zero posted about how to download it. Because there has been some issues with some people not being able to download it. That's really the only negative thing, honestly, I've heard that I personally could say. But, that does suck, but hey, sometimes these technical things happen. The simulator hasn't even been out a week yet, so these sort of things are expected. So that's pretty much the entire video, and if you want to see more Digimon content like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and once again, 100% shoutouts and 100% thanks to Hong Zero and his team. You guys did an amazing job, and just keep up the good work. I can personally say from me and my friends and my locals, we're super grateful. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Take care. Bye.